So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us today on this beautiful Wednesday. I hope you guys had the most amazing day. Welcome to the Beauty Empowerment Zone, where I host real talk beauty conversations. And today I am having a conversation with my lovely sister, Karen Alicia Kelman, now added Vaughn. That's like a whole long but it has a beautiful ring to it. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate you saying yes to having this very candid conversation. And so, welcome to the Beauty Empowerment Zone. For people who don't know who you are, without saying what you do, because that's the challenge I challenge all my guests. Without saying what you do, tell us who Karen Alicia Kelman Vaughan is.
Oh, you're asking me to tell you that.
Please,
I'm
yes,
so
because not everybody know you, at least on my end.
okay. Well, I am, as everybody knows, Karen Alicia Kelman, and then the Vaughn has recently been added, and my friends enjoy calling me KKV now.
Ah, mm.
Yes. Um, you said I should not say what I do.
No, I want
Okay.
you to introduce you, who Karen Alicia is.
You want to know who well, I'm a mother. I'm now a wife, a mother. I'm an advocate for young people, women. Um, I think that's all I want to say. Or you
But you
want to
see
know?
how you haven't spoken about
I
yourself?
know, and I
So that
realized
is the
that, and
challenge.
I stopped right there because um, you want to know that I'm kind at heart. I am courageous.
Exactly. That's
I
who you
know.
are.
Yes,
What
and
you're a wife and
I'm
you're a mother.
very,
That's just
very
the
adventurous. I'm adventurous. Yes.
yeah, that's just the
I
juice on the side.
love the outdoors. I love the outdoors. But I me personally, I really think a whole lot about people. I think about them. I always try to see where I can help. Even if I have to call someone to ensure that there is help on your behalf, then I do that. Yes,
Okay. So you're like a human advocate.
basically.
All right. So before we jump into the conversation, I just want to take this opportunity to let the people who are in our circle, both on my side and your side, I know almost everybody have a birthday or anniversary or something that they're celebrating today. So I want to say, as they say in the streets, big up yourself today. Happy birthday, happy anniversary. Don't forget to celebrate you and be kind to yourself. So this is Real Beauty Talk, and it's a holistic conversation. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what is your skincare routine? Do you have a skincare routine? And if you do, what is it? And if you have a home remedy, please do share.
Now, Polly, you know that I just learned how to take care of my face a little bit. You know
Mm.
that the same soap I take a shower with, that's the same soap I would wash my face with. Um, I think it's like 2 years ago when you introduced me to the L'Oreal product to moisturize. So right now, I am moisturizing my face every morning. I ensure that I have the one for the day, and in the evening after taking a shower, I ensure that I have that one. Now I'm still trying with my entire skin. I'm trying. I am not there as yet, but I'm trying.
All right, great.
Um, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead. You finish.
Yes, with the home remedy, I don't necessarily have one of those.
Okay.
So,
Wasn't it you who told me that whatever fruit you're eating, sometimes you rub it on your skin? Was it you?
no, no, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'll take that back. But listen to me. Here's the thing that I want you to remember. I know 2 years ago it felt like just the other day, but it really is a long time. Just for the people who may be listening and haven't things that is not a big deal. What kind of improvement have you noticed since you started to consistently be involved in a skincare routine? Have you noticed a difference?
Oh yes, I think that I am of the opinion that my skin looks, especially my face, it looks a little younger that in that area. Um, and then I notice sometimes I don't have to even put on a little powder because I'm not really big on the makeup side. So I really don't have to put on the powder. I just have the moisturizer and I'm ready to go.
Right. But do you?
I think there is a glow in the skin though.
Yes, I can
I
see
think
it. I don't know if you have on any makeup, but I can see that your skin looks like you do care for it, and you're not just jiving me.
thanks to
So,
you.
so here's the thing that I want to reassure not just you but everybody else who's listening, because just recently I posted something on skincare, and for the people who've been following me, I actually finally got around to taking your advice, and or I should say honoring your request, because I've been posting things on and off for the longest while, and everybody would say, "Why don't you have a YouTube channel?" But with all this downtime, I really didn't have a choice. I needed to do something to keep me from just sinking. So I recently I think it was on Sunday when I felt inspired and I got everything up and running and I posted videos. And I think it was on Monday I posted a video on skincare, and I was shocked. It has over 51 views. And one of the things that I've noted from even the conversation that I would have casually is most people don't understand that your skin is the most important organ. It protects everything that's on the inside and is the most neglected. So when we talk about skin, when at least when I talk about skincare, I'm not talking about from my jawline up. It's the entire body. Because if you want to have, I mean, Karen, I think you and I are blessed because my dad, even though I should say our dad, even though he's not well, he looks amazing for 73
Hmm.
or 74. And when we look at Auntie Verna, who's 80 something years old, so we have it genetically, we are in a good place because our parents, I should say our families, we have good youthful genetics. So everything that we do is like icing on the cake, right? So make sure that you include getting a body scrub. And now that you're married, I'm going to give you this little tip
Okay,
from
thank you.
coming from somebody who is not married.
That's
It
all
is
right.
a great way to bond with your partner. I would say, at least because everybody busy during the week, right? But I'm sure you could kind of squeeze it in during the weekend. But what I usually do when I'm hanging out with my partner is like on a weekend, I create this whole spa vibe in the bathroom, light some candles, light some incense, and I mix my own body scrubs, or if I buy something, and we just take turns giving each other a bath. And it's a great way to bond with your partner too. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is out there, I would like you to remember that just like how you want to feel a nice, warm, soft woman next to you, we don't want to lay down in a bed with a man who heel rough and hand rough. So take care of your skin as well. It's not exclusive to women because we all age. We all have the same aging issues. We're all exposed to the same elements. So the same, maybe you don't have to go overboard, but I would say put a little bit more effort into taking care of you, both on the male side. Male grooming is very important. I don't know how you feel about that, Karen. Are you big on a man who's well groomed?
Oh yes.
Hey, Quincy.
Yes, I am. I don't like the whole scruffy thing and the nails untidy, and even if you're a mechanic, I still think that you can take care of your hands and everything of that nature. I love to know that yes, you're going and you having a little pedicure and a little manicure and all of that. Yes, I just think that that's fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's something that you could do together because I enjoy spa dates with my guy.
Okay,
Whenever we go on
great.
vacation, we go do spa treatments, get a massage and a thing. I love to admire other women pampering him too. I get a kick out of it, trust me. But I'm a little bit twisted. So what about makeup? Sorry, I don't want to listen to me. Y'all are getting an insight of what it really is like whenever we do chat, because we don't talk to each other every single day. But whenever we do get together, we just do have some very juicy conversations and we laugh our asses off. So you just
Yeah.
getting a little insight to what it really is behind the scenes. But as you know, I'm a makeup artist, and I wouldn't miss the opportunity to ask you if you. I mean, I know you're not big into makeup, but if you have to choose maybe just one or two products that you would definitely not do without, what would that be?
Let me see what I would definitely. Oh, I love a natural lip gloss. So I think I would have my little lip gloss. What else? Probably I'll have a little what you call it?
The eyebrow.
Yes, I'll probably do that because I think the eyebrows along now I have recognized that my eyes, I really need to pay attention to them. Um, and so I would try the eyelashes now, So I
Oh,
think I think if I have on a pair of eyelashes and I just go, I think that's perfect.
right.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you get eyelash extensions done.
Probably.
Yes, some because
Yeah.
individual eyelashes, I refer to them as my wake up ready face. Because with eyelash extensions, it saves at least 10 to 15 minutes out of your get ready time, and you really don't need to do a lot after that. So make sure that you add an eye cream to your skincare routine.
I have something, but
But having it is one thing, but using it is something different.
I because I noticed that around my eyes it's a little darker. And I
Right.
don't know if that's because I'm not getting enough sleep because
And then
I
by the time
drink
when
a
you
lot
come
of
here,
water. Yes. And now,
right, your eyes
it's
are strained.
virtual. Everything is virtual. So church, everything virtual.
Right.
So I'm there most of the days.
Right. So your eyes are very strained. And I think too, because here's the thing, the skin around the eyes is very thin. It's thinner than everywhere else. So you have to include a special care for your eyes. Even if you're just using pure vitamin E oil or maybe the the pure organic castor oil works very well too.
So this thing by L'Oreal, this little, I
See?
don't know if you can see it. Oh, I'm
All
sorry.
right. Mm-hmm.
This
Right.
is this is what I have. So I
What
don't
does it
know.
say? That's the eye cream.
Yes, this is the eye cream.
Okay.
So
Well, you
I'm
should be
not
using it
sure.
in the mornings as well as at night.
Okay,
Mostly.
so use it just like I do the moisturizing.
Yes. So when you finish putting on your moisturizer, apply the eye lotion around your eyes. And maybe you could probably do it now. And let me see how you're doing it. While you answer this question, what about diet and nutrition?
Oh well, when it comes
So
to
here's what you do. Sorry, before not cutting you. I want you to put a little bit on your ring finger. And then what you will do is just pat around the eyes like so. And then
okay,
you tap the excess on top of your eyes because it's the bottom and top as well.
no, but it has a little thing, little tip that you
Yeah, but
use
still put
to
it on your finger.
put it. Oh, okay,
Yeah, because you can you wouldn't get it on directly
so
from
I
you. Yeah.
oh,
And put the rest on the other side.
on the other side or okay,
On the other side. You look as though you're gonna put your finger in your eyes or as your nails.
maybe the nails. Do I need to use the ring finger?
Yes, your
I
ring
can't use.
finger is why the ring finger? Because the ring finger is the lightest, has the lightest touch on the hands.
Oh, okay,
Right. So you keep it, don't pull it, just pat.
oh,
Do
okay,
this. Pat, pat, pat. All the way around until it
oh,
absorbs into the skin. Hi,
okay.
Molly. Molly
So
says dehydration, but
I
you do
use my left hand, so I think that that one would be better for me to.
right. So maybe you tell now you tap on the top as well.
Okay,
Right. So always remember when you're working around your eyes to be exceptionally gentle.
okay,
Yeah. So yeah, so what about diet and nutrition? Because it's okay for us to be doing all this stuff, putting all the things on top of our skin, but what we eat, what we put in our bodies, not just food, your eyes and ears has a lot to do with what's going on there. See you. Pat,
No, I just want to know.
KKV,
I
pat.
just
There, look, somebody telling you, pat. Yes, pat it. Take your time because we're not in a hurry.
okay. All
How
right.
does that feel? And then, if you ever feel like you have too much, just use the excess that is on your hands and rub it to the back of your hands because it's the same thing with moisturizing. When you finish moisturizing, the excess, do the back of your hand because this is a big part of the telltale sign as to your age. So you can have a nice young looking face and an old looking hand because you're not taking care of it.
Because you're not taking care of your hands.
Exactly. So it's a all in one
I'm
thing.
always moisturizing these.
Huh?
I'm always moisturizing my hands, always
Right. And
rubbing them and
especially now with all the hand
hand
sanitizing and all
sanitizer.
that stuff. Yes. Because what I usually do is I have a little concoction that I mix with some essential oils and stuff. I would just drop some in my hand sanitizer. So when I use it, and I try to always have it with me, I'm not going to use what's in the store because some of the things that they use, they don't know what the hell they put in it. Because I had an experience one time my hands were burning me. So
Oh
I always
wow.
make sure that I have my stuff that I walk with. So yeah, just give us a little insight as to how Karen take care of herself in terms of like how
Okay,
important is
food.
eating the
Food
right
is
foods for
food
you.
is a big thing for me. As you know, and I guess everybody else should know by now, if they don't, that I'm Seventh-day Adventist, and
Hmm.
so we promote a vegetarian diet. However, I am not a vegetarian. Um,
Okay.
I'm not a vegetarian, but I'm very mindful of what I eat. I'm very careful of the amount of food that I eat as well. You wouldn't find me having whole lot of meat, especially now. Um,
Hmm.
for some reason or the other, I just feel like I need to move away a whole lot from the meat. So, like my
Hmm.
daughter was telling me, I think it was last week, she said, every day I wake up, it's fish. I smell it, fish in the kitchen, fish in the morning, fish.
She sound like your nephew. So my your nephew told me one time, he said, Mommy, by the time you finish with me, it'll start growing fins.
But so I was laughing. So I tried to ease it down a little bit, But
Right.
I really do love fish. I love fish. Um,
Yeah.
when it comes to and vegetables, I will have a whole lot of salad. I like. I so love my salad.
Right.
And the thing about it, I love the kitchen. I enjoy being in the kitchen. So most of the times, what I eat is what I prepare. So
Oh, that is
I
amazing.
have an idea of what I'm putting into my body because all these seasoning with the MSG in it and all of that, I
Hmm.
try to stay away from those. I try to stay away from those as much as possible. Now, the one thing that I must confess that, I'm an
Yeah.
ice cream lover. Ugh.
Yes. Ice cream is
I,
your weakness.
yes, and I think yesterday when I told you my sinus was acting up, I knew exactly why because
Yeah.
Um,
Them.
the day before, I had a long day on Monday, and so I went to right around the corner from my job. I need to remember that I shouldn't give it away, okay? So, so I went right around the corner. I got there, and so I bought this ice cream cone on a waffle. I said, you know what? I think I need a little bit of sugar because I'm not big on sugars either. So I said,
Right.
I think I need a little bit of sugar. And so I said, you know what? I didn't have a waffle cone for a long time. So the lady
Mm.
gave me one scoop and then it was $5 and something. And here it is. I'm asking, could I have another scoop? So I had it was like really big, a big ice cream cone. And I was driving and I was licking that and I was enjoying myself. I was having a good time, you know.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
by the time I
Yes.
got home, the
Hmm.
sinus started, the nose was running, the throat was, everything. And so resulted in me not feeling so hot yesterday.
Right,
Yeah.
and Marcel says, "Look how the eyes closing on the ice cream." So you could tell that she's enjoying it the second time talking about it.
And she was on the phone when I was buying the ice cream, She was right
Mm-hmm.
there. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So I wanna touch on another thing. How do you take care of your mental health? Because to me, especially in this particular season where it's like all of us have our challenges that we're navigating outside of the fact that, you know, now this whole new pandemic thing with wearing a mask and having to be among people and you don't know who it is, how do you manage your mental health? What advice would you give to anybody listening based on your experience?
All right. Based on my experiences that I would have had so far, now I thank God for the friends that I have
Mm-hmm.
because we spend a whole lot of time, like we would have little socials for
Mm-hmm.
Saturday evenings. We would be on the computer having our virtual socials. We would be laughing and talking and not recognizing what's actually happening, the time and all of that. They even
Right.
threw a big birthday party for me, a surprise party right on Zoom,
Oh,
right? But
wow.
yes, but one of the things I would usually do, because I live in the east in Nassau, so I would drive to the west. I would just get in the car and I would drive, and I enjoy driving past the beaches because the beaches were closed at one point.
Right,
So I
right.
enjoy driving past, and then I enjoy going to the park, having my little walks. I don't have to go with anybody. I
Yes.
can go alone and I just have a good time talking to God, listening to my music, do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so now Tuesday nights I have set aside that I'm going to start some painting. So I would usually try a little painting on Tuesday nights.
You paint
Yes,
so nice.
yes, I'm trying. I'm not an artist. I am.
That is something that your father does. He has, I mean, I think when he was younger, because I remember seeing a lot of sketches and paintings from back in the days, going through his stuff. And of course, Brian, he's the one that really take it up. So all of us have a little touch of artistic abilities in
Yes.
us,
And
you know.
my daughter, the younger one, she's really good with the brush as well.
Right.
She has a
Because
good eye.
Brian daughter is doing some really good work too.
Okay.
So for the people who don't know us, Karen and I, I mean, I know now it's a popular to say, oh, we're sisters, but we're not sisters by just saying we're sisters. We are sisters because we have the same father in common. And we have these juicy, delicious conversations in private. And I know this is a thing for Caribbean families because almost everybody I know, and I kind of scan, almost everybody I know would have had the same experience of meeting a brother or a sister on the outside. Do you remember the first time we met?
I think we were at the fire station. Is either you had
So
gone
we can
there.
swap stories just for everybody who's listening, so that people could kind of get an insight why we having this conversation. Yes. So go ahead. You tell your version first, and then I'll tell my version after.
Right. So I
Mhm.
think I was there. If I'm not mistaken, it was an afternoon after school. I was there,
Sorry, my
and
eye tearing up because I am trying to read without my glasses, so I just fixing.
you think you want to
Go
put them
ahead.
on, or you want to continue to be vain and you know?
I'll put them on when I need it. Sorry.
Okay,
Yes.
right. And I think it was after school. I'm not sure, but I had passed down there, and I believe you were leaving, and in between is when he said, "This is your sister," or something like that. But I don't know if you heard or if it's like, okay, hi, just and then you left. Yeah.
Right. So here's my version. So I was it what you were it was the afternoon and you were in school uniform and I was about leaving. I had already started walking off and I noticed this girl in school uniform that was walking towards us. And when I said I because the car park that I had to take my transportation to go home was right across the road. And I remember hearing him say, "Oh, don't leave yet. Oh, there's somebody I want you to meet." And I was like, okay, because when I look around, I only see you walking towards us, right? And then he says, oh, this is your sister. And I was like, okay, hi. And I think I said, how come I never hear about her before? And he goes, oh, well, there are some things that takes time or something to that
Oh.
effect. so, so at that point, I kept stepping. But the interesting thing about it is my brother, the youngest one, and you went to the same school,
Mm-hmm.
Brian, right? So Brian used to come home and it's like, I don't know, it was kind of like amusing. Oh, this girl I was coming up to me in school to say how she's my sister and whatever, whatever. So we would have our little private jokes and things. And then I think the second time I saw you, I don't know if you remember, the second time I saw you were with my cousin Junior. You guys came to at that time I used to work at Yvonne's Beauty World, and you dig a cutter in me. It's like, why is she looking at me like that? What? Yeah, you take a serious cut at me, and I don't know. I said hi to my cousin, and that was it. We didn't exchange any words. And after that, I think the next time we were in the same space at the same time was fast forward to many years later, because I think I came to Trinidad in my 20s, and I was home on vacation, and then you were there. My mother was sewing something for you or whatever. And after that, I think I left and you moved to the Bahamas, and you sent me a friend request on Facebook, and then I responded. And here's why I'm saying all that to say this. Um, our relationship really evolved. We haven't spent any time in person, but I don't feel like we don't know each other, because whenever we talk, it just is like a natural bond, and I really appreciate that you took the time to kind of like reach out and connect, and it was just a natural vibe. It was really easy. So what was your perspective? Sorry, I gotta
Um,
tap my eyes again.
that's fine. The thing about it, if I'm to back up a little bit, because when I learned that Brian was my brother and he was going
How
to
did you
school,
learn that?
oh, of course, your good father, our good father did say that, okay?
Oh,
He told me
he
that.
told you that Brian was at the
So,
same school with you?
right. So when I went to school, and of course I always have a group of friends, and so I
Mhm.
told them, and then my friends is like for a whole week we were going by this class, looking in
Uh-huh.
this class, looking at Brian, and just going moving away because
So yeah, you was stalking the poor boy for real.
because the thing is, I really didn't know if I should say something to him,
Mhm.
because every time, I think it was probably like 2 weeks, because every time I would go to the fire station, Herman would always ask, "You see your brother? Did you speak with him?" And I
Mhm.
am thinking that he should have been the one to tell the brother, well, okay, you had a sister, right?
Exactly. It's not a
But
conversation we had at home.
he told me, and he was always asking me if I looked for him or if I checked for him or whatever. So I
Mhm.
always had my friends, and especially at break time, when it's break, we, because I think his class was downstairs. He was
Right.
in I think his class was downstairs, so we would usually go downstairs because he was in a class ahead of me. So it would
Right.
look like if these young girls looking at the boys in the older class,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
we were there on a mission,
Mhm.
and so, and then I think one of my friends told him. I waited on the corridor, and I think she went forward and she told him, and then he came over, but Brian wasn't speaking too much and all of that. But then we started to exchange words and stuff like that, and that is how come. But with Junior and I, we have always been friends,
How
because
did you guys met?
remember that he would always live with Granny. And so
Right.
because he was there now, so our
Oh, so you.
father, right, he took me to the house. So when
Oh,
he
so you
took
met
me
Aunt
there,
Cicely. That's what
Yes,
we used to
ma'am.
call her, Aunt
Right.
Cicely.
Well, I know, knowing that that's my grandmother, so we would call her Granny. I would call her Granny,
Oh,
you
I
know.
never call her Granny. We always call her Aunt Cicely.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I went to the house to visit, so I used to go like every Sunday I would go. So Junior and I, we used to hang out like a whole lot. We used to hang out. We would go to St. Joseph Fair. We go on the seawall. We used to
Okay.
be around all the time. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
is so cool. So, I mean, I want to kind of like take you back. You don't have to share anything that you're not comfortable. How did you meet your dad? How did that work out? I mean, because I know that there are a lot of people who in a similar situation and they never met their father. They never even knew who their father was. You know, how did that meeting go? Or when did you know that this man is your father?
Okay. I was in the
Sorry, you should
ninth
stop
grade.
laughing.
No, that's
Sorry,
all right.
somebody telling me I'm being vain, but here's the thing. I started something, right? The glasses, not wearing glasses, and it's making my eye tear up. So I don't want to look like crying, and I'm not vain. Somebody tell me stop being vain. So I don't know if you can see how teary my
No,
eyes
we're
are.
not seeing that.
Okay. Yes, it's literally burning, but that's okay. Yes,
Well,
sorry.
that was
But
after my grandmother passed away,
yeah, how old are you?
and that's my mom's mother. Around 15, thereabout. I think I was around 15 because I was in the ninth grade. Between 14, 15, yeah.
What is, I mean, because I don't think we said ninth grade in Guyana.
Form
What
three,
class?
form
Oh,
three.
form three. Okay, okay,
Right.
okay.
And so I was the person who answered the door when he came and he knocked on the door. So I said, Mommy, a man at the door, and then I moved away.
Mm,
So I don't know, they had their little conversation and then I was called and I was told, well, okay, I'm your father, whatever, because I don't think maybe at that point my mother was prepared to say anything. Maybe she wasn't. I'm not sure because it's
mhm,
not a conversation that I really have with her.
mm, mhm.
For me, I was loved and I have always been a spoiled child. So it really, it wasn't something that was a biggie for me like that, like oh
Like,
excitement jumping up and down and
mhm.
wasn't that kind of thing, yeah.
So at that point, did you know that you had a different dad? Right.
Um I knew that, but I never really followed up or asked anything because remember, um, some families there's some things that you discuss and things that you don't discuss and
Mm-hmm.
in our era there are things that you can ask and things that you can't ask. I think it's only now we are a little more open and we're
Mm-hmm.
able to ask certain things. So
Right,
but like
right.
I said, it really didn't matter
It
to
wasn't
me
something that you were missing. I mean, I
no.
honestly don't know your history in terms of like if your mom at the time, if you grew up with a father figure in the house, or what was your situation?
No, well, my uncles, they were always there. And for me, if they're
Okay.
there, um, we were eating, we were wearing, we were, having a good time. It's not like
Mhm.
if you were out there and you have to go by the market and sell two plastic bags to get a little money. So it wasn't that kind of thing. So
Yeah, but what I
for
mean
me,
was, but maybe I don't know if this is too personal, but just for my information as well, because I didn't know if you grew up with like your father, your
no,
mom had a husband, or what was the
no.
situation?
Before then, my mother was married before that.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me something though. Sorry, somebody's calling me. I don't know if it's disturbing. I just wanted to kind of like end the call, but it was a whole drama to get into my phone. So sorry for the buzz. Yeah. So let me ask you something. If you could go back to that moment when you're seeing this man, probably that's the first time you ever saw him.
Hmm.
So how did I feel?
Okay. As I said, it was like, okay. It wasn't, I don't think it was something that I was actually missing. I
No, not in
because
regards to
no,
that. In terms of
no, but
the surprise of it,
it just didn't, I don't know. I'm
it
not
didn't phase
really,
you.
no, I'm not really too emotional sometimes. And maybe that was one of the times that, you know, or it could be, I'm thinking now, maybe it could be that, well, look, you weren't here all the time, so why now? You
Yeah,
know?
you was in shock or something.
No, I
You weren't.
wasn't. No,
I
I
mean,
wasn't.
but were you you were so you weren't you weren't surprised
I
either.
wasn't surprised. I wasn't. It was just like, okay,
Hmm.
all right.
Hmm.
Because I think the men in my family, I think they would have provided what he wasn't providing, what he
Hmm.
wasn't doing in terms of love, in terms of guidance, in terms of whatever we needed at that point. So for me, because my grandfather was there, and I love my grandfather dearly. My grandfather, I think, is the best grandfather ever,
Hmm.
you know. And
Hmm.
so I don't think when he showed up it was any excitement or of that nature. You
Right.
know, it I yeah, I wasn't excited, I wasn't shocked. I
Right.
no,
And did you, because there are some kids who grew up and they have this innate desire to know who the father is, and they want to have a relationship. You didn't feel, did you feel any of that?
no, I didn't feel any of that. None
Okay.
none none
And
whatsoever.
then, I mean, were they, how honest were they with you? Did they let you know, oh, okay, this man is have another family or whatever case? How did that part of it work out?
I think my mother allowed him to do whatever he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so he didn't say as much as, well, okay, it's a whole family or anything of that nature, but and if you really know him, he wouldn't say too much about a particular situation if you don't ask questions. And then even if you ask questions, he has a way in which he is going to answer, but at the end of the day, you probably would have to drill down in order to get your answer. If
Right, right, right.
yes.
Yeah.
But what he did say though is that, well, okay, you have two other brothers and another sister. He
Mm-hmm.
did say that.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I get older, I also learned, well, okay, I have another brother. But when I asked him about the other brother, it was, the
Yeah,
whole
sketchy,
story. So
sketchy.
yeah, so I just left that alone. I really didn't. But from that day that he came though,
Mm-hmm.
I started to see him a little more often. He would always come, and then, all right, he started, well, okay, I would know his work schedule. So in the afternoons, especially on Fridays, he would usually say, well, okay, I'm working 2 to 10, so you can come to the fire station. And we would hang out there for a little bit. And then I started to enjoy the rides in the fire engine and that kind of thing. So,
Mhm. But it
yeah.
was cool hanging out with him though, right? I mean, we have to
Yes.
agree. That
Yeah.
one thing that we have, in spite of, I mean, I'm not here to judge my parents or your parents, but we should say we're not here to judge our parents, but he really is a cool guy. I mean, once he
Yeah.
gets over all the little whatever, because I think girls, we always have this little intricate, some of us, I should say, because we are both very strong alpha females, right? And so we would have had a different kind of connection with him. But when I examined, like, I think today I thought about it, and in hindsight, now that I'm older and wiser, I could safely say my parents or my dad, he did the best that he could do, because when you look at his upbringing, he his father was, well, I guess he was with Aunt Cicely first, and then at some point he picked up with Herbert mother and Ina. I do you know that the two of them born on the same day,
Same day.
the
Hmm.
16th of September, different year. And then with his mother, she had another child with a different person. So it's like he's like, he has two siblings from two different situations, one from his father, one from his mother. So when you look at it, it's like he did the best that he could do, the bottom line. And the bottom line is, in spite of how he chooses to live his personal life, he's a good person. And that's something that I discovered when he got ill and I went home and I spent a month with him. Karen, I did not need for anything. I didn't have to touch his money. I didn't have to go to the bank. Every time I turned, somebody was coming. And when you listen to the way how, especially like the fire officers who would have worked with him, when they speak of him, it's like, wow, wow, the lives that he has touched in the life. I mean, he ain't dead yet, but oops, that kind of come out wrong. But guess what? The reality is this: everybody dies,
Okay, yeah.
right?
Yeah, but
Everybody
but
dies.
Paula, I really enjoy the days hanging out with him. Like you said, as long
Mhm,
as he's going to have it his way, then
mhm.
hey, it's going to be a good day. Um,
Yes,
you know, one of the things I really admire about him
mhm.
is he's a leader, and I think
Very much so.
I probably took that from him.
That's probably
He has
yeah. Because at
he
the end of
has
the day,
a
it's your
great
genetic.
he has a great sense of humor. I mean, you would be with this and he would just be laughing. I think also he makes me feel safe because I
Mhm,
remember and you probably might laugh at this, but I don't know. But when I started to have boyfriends and stuff like that, I remember my boyfriend and we had a little issue, and I say, okay, I left him right by my yard. I knew that my dad was working at the fire station. I walk all the way to the fire station. I told him what happened, and of course, he came back in my defense.
mhm.
Yes, he
Your
did.
father's a madman, you
My
know. He don't play. And I mean, if he protected me, I know he would have protected you.
Yeah,
Did you
he
ever hear
came.
the story about the man he hung out? But you know the fire service clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how high that building was?
Yes, ma'am.
He hung a man out the window by foot that tried to mess with me.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So for me, my mother used to say, well, I mean, she meant this in a good way. She used to say it like this: your father's a nataras, so y'all please try to stay out of trouble.
Yeah. And
You
I
know?
also admire his intelligence. I feel
Yes.
he is extremely intelligent. But
Mhm.
I had to get my act together one time when I asked him because every time I decided, oh, this word is too big for me to call. So I would always call him now and I would, okay, I'm seeing this word. He said, now listen, I'm going to get you a dictionary.
That
He
really
said,
does sound
he
like
said,
him.
listen, I'm going to get you a dictionary. And of course he did. I did
Mhm.
have the dictionary, yes. And so, those are some of the things that I really admire about him. And I guess
Right.
all of us, we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses. According to my friend, she would usually say, some of us, we have our butts, and some of us, our butts are bigger than others.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? Because this is an interactive session, so I'm gonna pause first to kind of answer some questions. Marcel is asking, how did you deal with knowledge that your dad had a child outside? Were you angry? I wasn't. I really wasn't angry because I don't know. I think I kind of grew up having an idea who my father is. I don't think I was. I've been at that point. It was like I dethrone them because I always felt okay. I'm the only girl, and whatever the case is. And then to find out that I had a sister, it really didn't. I don't see going back in hindsight. I don't think I wasn't angry. I was because remember we had these little hints in the house, and my mother, she's like a secret agent. She knows everything. She knows everything. But my parents have such a love and commitment and understanding of each other that nobody betrays one another. You know,
Mm,
they deal with these situations and they deal with it really well. So, Paula, you always have us blown away with the topics and interests, real life experiences to build us women. Yes, so that's what this is about. Fathers show up with long lost kids stories for many. Somebody asking Tamika say, why are you in jump up on box?
Tamika, that's my friend Tamika.
Okay. Let me see if there are any other questions because you know how fast this time is fly away. Y'all, don't be afraid to leave us any questions that you or anything that you're curious about. Once it's not too personal, we will definitely answer it. So on my part, no. Okay, so I wasn't there. How did you get around to kind of like bonding with my mom?
Well, I think I needed a seamstress, and then he told me, oh, she would do my clothes, and when I got there, she did a wonderful job, and we started talking while I was there. She never, at no point, Paula, she ever made me feel uncomfortable. At no
I
point.
am very happy about that.
No point. I can call her, we can talk. I even remember when I had a little personal issue and I spoke with her and stuff and she said to me, she said, listen, all men sing the same song. The only thing is different is the tune.
That's my mother.
Yeah,
Yes.
and even to now, I would call her if I call her trying to find out how he's doing. I can't say that I know persons when they hear, oh, or when they want to talk about a stepmother, she's this, she's that. No, I can't say that. I
Yes.
cannot say that. If I go to the house, she's eating anything, she would offer me whatever she's eating, whatever
Mm,
is it. She would always, I think she would always now, if I'm to say, I think the two of us probably might have a better relationship than I have with my father, or I can say probably we have a closer relationship because she
mm,
has never shown me at no point, at no point, she has
right.
never made me feel uncomfortable. Like if I say that, then I would only be lying. No.
Yes, because I say that recently because my parents, you know, we are not financially wealthy, but I believe my parents, I would say we are rich because I have never felt as though, you know, I was poor. I never felt poor. And one of the things that I admire about them, it didn't matter how little we had, it was always enough to share with whoever was there, and I admire that. So I have we can just take two things because you know how the time is fly. So one person said, "Oh, Gloria says one thing I admire. I never heard half sister mentioned. We never refer to each other as half sister or stepsister, sister. That's it." And then somebody asked, how did you two build your sister relationship? Well, I will give my perspective and then you give yours. How did we build our relationship? From my perspective, it just evolved. It wasn't anything that was forced. It felt effortless to me. And I mean, I may not be one to have always reached out, but whenever you reach out to me and we talk, it's like nothing is missing. So I guess I'm the low maintenance sister and you're the low maintenance sister because it didn't really matter who reached out to who. If it's like for me, I think we feel that kind of, if too much time passed by, I will hit you up and say, hey, how you doing? Or you would hit me up and then sometimes we talk. And whenever we talk, it's like we talk forever. And it's like we
Hmm.
just talked yesterday. So our bond was really natural and effortless from my perspective. So you could answer the question now.
Well, I think it was. I would probably say the same thing like you're saying because it's not. I never felt a strain on. Okay, well, look, I'm always the one reaching out. It has never gotten to that point. I'm always reaching out and she's not saying anything, and so I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. But it was really surprising when you said that I cut my eyes. I mean,
Yeah,
I
girl. Yeah, they are cut.
no, you are you
That was
sure that
a
I
long
was actually
time ago.
looking at you?
That
You're
was that a
certain?
long time ago.
Because
We
I
tried that.
remember now you're saying that. I remember when Noreen, I think Noreen B was on Church Street.
Noreen's.
And right, and Noreen B was the girl who was doing my hair at the time.
Oh, when I was where I used to work at the salon.
Right, but you came to Noreen, and for some reason or the other, no, I think I saw your face through the mirror, and
Mm-hmm.
so I
I
tried to
was
turn,
working at
and I
Noreen's at the time. I think I had a season when I was working at Noreen's, but that
but
encounter we had was at Yvonne's Beauty World boutique. It used
yeah,
to be on
but
Clam Street.
when you came there, when you came to Noreen, apparently you just popped in or so, and then I turned around and I say hi, Paula, and you just said hi, and I was like, I was wondering if you knew that it was me because
No, no, I
it was
didn't.
no, because you just it's like if you just brush it off, and I'm
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you didn't register until when I saw you with like I could see the three times that I've seen you was the first time we met, that time in the boutique, and the time when I went to the house and you and your daughters were there. Yeah, I was home on vacation, and because remember, so if we had met and you were what 15 thereabout,
Thereabout,
I
yeah.
would have been about maybe 18, 19, or probably yeah,
No,
19,
might be a
what
little older.
20. How well what's the age difference between us? I can't even remember. I don't
What?
even.
Well, I always shouting out my age. I love to
I am
scream out my
52.
age, and I'm 47. I'm always screaming
Okay,
my age.
47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. So I would
Probably
have been
by about 5 years.
5 years. So if you were 15, I was 20, 20, 21 ish thereabout. So what had happened is like by 24, 25, I was out of the country. So in those years, we hadn't like really been in the same
So
place at
you
the
don't
same.
remember when we were at, I think we met at the cultural center. There was a fashion show. There was a pageant there. Was it a Miss Guyana? Miss Guyana Talented Teen, I think, was one of those or something. But it was a big fashion show at the cultural center, and I was there. And we stopped and we spoke with each other right in the
At
aisle.
the culture center?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I honestly don't remember that
You
one.
had on this beautiful, I think it was a white outfit, but it was
Ah,
like really different from what everybody else was wearing. So that's why
well, you see
yeah,
who is the seamstress and who we always harass to put our stuff out there.
yes.
So, what advice well, I should say we give to people who may be navigating the same experience that we're having? So you go first, and then I'll go after.
For me, I think we as human beings, you should try to put aside, don't worry about what the adults would have done, but just try to see how best you as children can actually make the best of life, whatever contributions you can offer,
Mhm.
and just try to bond with each other.
Right.
Because the reason for me saying that is that I have known of situations where the brother might not want to talk to the sister because, oh, this is the one who just came in and she would have but then just remember that that child didn't ask to be in the situation. That child is
Exactly.
just and that child is there for a purpose. God would have allowed that child to come into the situation for a reason because he's the one who gives life. And
Yes.
so if he's giving life, then obviously he has a reason why he
Right.
would have allowed that child to be a part of the whole family tree, if we would want to call it that,
Mhm, mhm,
you
mhm.
know.
I mean, and I could go even deeper than that because it's something that I mentioned to you before. Um, a lot of us aren't aware who we really are at our core. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and from what I understand is that as souls, we make these soul connections and we make these soul agreements before we came to a body. So everybody have their purpose and their thing that they have to unfold, and we make our choices and we make our decisions. We already even decide who's going to die first, who's going to do this and who's going to do that because of whatever lessons they are. So my advice would be to understand this: you are not responsible for the decisions that adults make. It's not your fault. And you have to be open and be non-judgmental to the situation, because at the end of the day, um, life is life, you know. So, what do you appreciate most about our connection?
But whenever we come together, we always have a good laugh. There isn't one point, one time that we would be on the phone and not have a good laugh. And I think with each other, we are honest with each other. If we are to share a story, for me, the energy that I get, the energy is positive energy I would usually get from you. It's not I am feeling any, oh, well, today she probably doesn't want to talk or whatever. The energy is always positive. We always have a good time. And I
Yeah.
think that that's what sisters should do, have a good time whenever you get together. Yeah.
Yes. And I feel, I mean, not that well, I shouldn't apologize because I'm almost mirroring exactly how you feel. And I really do appreciate the fact that, you are who you are and you're evolving and we both evolving. And I like the energy between us. And that's the only reason why I said, this would be a great conversation to have, because I feel that it is going to be a great conversation and it's not going to come with any kind of animosity or nobody attacking each other. This is genuinely who we are when we are not on screen. So I know we've been here for a while. Anybody have any questions, any questions or comments? That's a woman to emulate. I'm not sure who you're referring to. Marcel made a comment. And
I think it
Joanne
might be
says,
your mommy, maybe.
oh, my
Okay.
mother is a gem. She's a different kind of woman, cut from a different cloth. Yes, interesting topic. How about Demi? It's father out. Oh, it's the father's outside child. Oh, no, we don't say that. Yeah. So I have one more question that I want to ask you. I mean, we could probably have this conversation again. Well, not this conversation, but a little bit more to talk about your journey, because there's so much more that I want to uncover. You know, so I'm going to ask one question about how did you know that you wanted to be a teacher from a very young age?
Yes. Two things I wanted to do. I wanted to be a teacher as well as I wanted to be a nurse. When
Okay.
I was, yes, when I was teaching in Bimini, they used to call me the school nurse, because if
Ah,
anything happened to the children, they didn't have a nurse there, and I would always be, trying to take care of them and stuff like that before they actually got to the clinic. But I knew that I wanted to be a teacher, especially when I got to grade 6. Okay, common entrance class.
right, right,
Yes,
right. Yeah.
standard 4. Yeah, because I think that my teacher, he was very young, but he knew what to do. He had us working so hard. And then
Mhm.
I had another teacher, Miss Marks. She was my teacher in grade 2, which would be primary, standard 1, standard 2, thereabout. So she was
Mhm.
my teacher, I think was in prep B and standard 2.
Right.
And I always used to be right there by the table, especially when they had the register. And that's how I know that you would take the chalk if you made a mistake in the register, and you would
Uh-huh.
put it over the ink, just like if you're going to use it as
A
whiteout
white
and you're
house.
going to put it right, you put it over the ink, and then you just write over it. So it works good as whiteout. You don't have to get that correction fluid like that. And then when I get home in the afternoon, all the little posts in the yard, I used to be beating and teaching them from the books and
So you
yeah.
are you are definitely fulfilling your purpose.
Yes. But you know what? Before I actually started to do that, I worked at health ministry for 8 years. I worked in the accounts department. And I really was not getting any form of job satisfaction at all,
Mhm, mhm,
you
mhm.
know. And so I decided, look, I'm just going to follow my dreams, and here I am today. But before that, when I when I left high school, I was going to the commercial school at the time that was on Charles Street. And when the teacher saw my work, when I produced my work, she said to me, because she had a remedial class, so she said to me, "What if you work with with this remedial group in the morning, and then in the afternoons you come for your tuition, you come for your classes, and that would pay for your tuition." So I
Wow.
did, yeah. So from there is where, so since about 17, there about 18, I started to teach the remedial
I,
class. And so after I finished there and writing the exam and stuff, then is when I went off to health ministry. Yeah.
mhm. Okay, so that definitely we will have a conversation again, and we will revisit your journey to fulfilling your purpose, because I know that we've been here for almost an hour, and I just have my fun questions that I usually ask all my guests, and of course you're not going to be excepted
I have to take
now.
some water before I
Yes,
answer
let's
that.
break it in. So cheers to a great conversation, cheers to life, and cheers to love and the wonderful parents that brought us to this world. So yes.
Thank you.
All right. So my first one on the list is, what are you most grateful for?
I am most grateful for life, basically, because I believe that as long as there's life, we always heard that as long as there's life, there's hope. And so I am grateful for life. Yes.
Okay. And what would you say is your superpower?
My superpowers. I would want to probably think my voice might be my
You do have a
superpower.
great voice. You're very
I think.
articulate. I am admire your father would be very proud of you. Well, not would be. Why am I saying it like if you're not here?
Paula, please don't do that. I am
Sorry.
going home in a few days' time, so please don't
He will
make me
be fine.
scared.
Don't worry. And let me tell you something. He has not lost his sense of humor at all, you know. Because the
Mm-hmm.
other day I called him and said, "What's going on, boy?" He said, "Oh, Ross. Oh, Ross today. This thing got me real bad. This thing got me bad."
You know that's his favorite word now.
Yes, oh, Ross. I tell you, boy, I tell you, what Ross is this? You know. And then he tell me about what? I said, so we're fighting with Basil or what? He said, yeah, I'm fighting with Basil. I said, well, tell Basil Ross himself. So we had a good laugh, you know. And so everybody who's on the outside and who's now popping in, welcome. I see Abigail. Thank you, Gloria. Gloria says, Polly, your sister wears many hats, commendable. But she didn't have a choice. The father who she had is, or who she has, we see I say had again.
Paula.
Sorry. Yes. Her father is, he's somebody who don't play. He does not play. I give him a hard time because I am the radical one. I'm the one who decided, you know what? I can't do mainstream career. I am going to follow my artistic skills and I'm going to be who I want to be. We had some major fights about that. So, what I want to find out from ask you is, what are two of the qualities about yourself that you appreciate? Maybe you could give me two personality traits and two character traits that you appreciate about yourself. No, physical, sorry. Two personality and two physical.
Two personality and two physical.
Yes.
Okay.
That you
Well,
appreciate most about yourself.
oh, for personality, I think I'm very charismatic. That's one of the things that and then I think when it comes to loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
am
Sorry.
loyal.
Mhm.
And oh, you said two, so I'll stop there.
No, you could
But
give me more than two. You could give me
no,
more than two.
that's all right.
Yeah.
You see, when the students give you all kind of things, I would put little comments. I didn't ask you, didn't follow the instructions, you know.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
come on to teacher mode for now.
I try sometimes. I try. I try. Um, but my physical, I really now, in terms of my body structure, I'm working a little bit on it. But I don't think that I'm too fat. but I just think I think that my body structure is fine, and I just love my skin tone. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a nice kind of, I would call it like a caramel chocolate brown going on. I don't think your lighting doing you much justice right now, but from what I can remember,
Maybe.
you had really nice. And guess what? Take care of your skin, head to toe, and you could even look so much better. So the last segment is what I refer to as first thoughts. Everybody who's listening, um, who have um, who have questions or comments, you have maybe about 10 minutes again to pop them in. If you have any question for myself or any question for Karen on this particular topic, we will be happy to guide you. Even if you want a little bit of advice about pursuing your purpose, one of us will definitely give you our thoughts on it. So this segment is called First Thought. I will shoot a couple words at you, words or phrases, and you will just give me the first thought that comes to mind.
Okay.
You
This is
ready?
like if I, now I when I'm playing a game like this, I think I'll be having some kind of incentive. Am I? I'm
Oh,
joking.
well, your incentive could be me making a trip to the Bahamas in the future. Well, I
Okay.
mean, that's already in the making, so that's not a good. But when I get there, free makeup classes.
Okay,
Or
great.
just tell me what you want. Anyways,
All right.
you have time to think about it. So the first one is love.
Love. God is love. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't hear me. You said love.
I
I
hear
said
you say
God is.
God is love, but
Hmm. Yeah, you said
that's
love.
just so cliche.
Yeah, but that's what I believe.
Yeah, I understand that, but I wanted you to get a little bit more personal.
I have enough love to give. You think that's all right?
All right, girl. All right, the next one is your girls.
Oh, they're beautiful, they're intelligent, they are my everything. Yes.
Mhm. Your family.
Oh, my family. It's an extended family, but we have enough love, enough love.
I never asked you this. How many siblings do you have?
Well, my mom had 9 children, two of them passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
How
was the
many girls or
fifth.
how many boys?
I was the fifth one. She had 6 girls and 3 boys.
Okay, so you are in the
In the
kind of like in the
middle,
middle.
yes.
Okay,
That's why I'm spoiled, I guess.
two girls, two boys.
Three. Go that again.
No, you're saying you're number five, and you were telling me about the how many girls and how many boys.
There were six boys, 6 girls altogether, and three
Okay,
boys. Hmm.
okay. All right. The next one, your husband.
Oh, he's a gem. He is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Your father.
My father is a strong man. I love him dearly. I do love him. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I could feel the love. And the last one is your most valuable life lesson to date.
There's so many, Paula,
Just pick
but
one.
life lesson. Which one do I pick? Which one? Tell me which one you want me to
Pull it out
talk
the
about.
hat. Whichever one come to the top.
Uh, I think you should be able to trust. You should be able to trust
It's
others.
your most valuable
Yeah,
life lesson, yeah.
right. You should be able to because I have been able to trust, and that's why I am saying that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I really don't want to get into.
So why you choose one that is so difficult? No, but guess what? Here's the thing about that, because I kind of have an idea where you're coming from. I think it will be great for you to dig in a little bit because it could help to free a lot of women. Because many of us have, not just women, but men as well, many of us have trust issues and we don't understand how important letting go is, because the world, everybody's not the same in the world. Everybody will bring a unique experience out to the table. And if we don't allow ourselves or give ourselves space, we would never really know who could be different or how this experience could be different. Makes sense, right? Is you choose that, you know. You're the one who chose that.
Okay, let me see if I can put it together quickly.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not forcing you, right?
no,
But
I know that's all right. But one of the things we need to, especially as women, and what I would have learned to date, that you may have exactly what you need in your life right under your nose. It may be right there, but you tend to, I have been looking here and looking there and taking this and taking that. But here it is today. I have decided to make a conscious decision, especially in terms of getting married to Nkomo. And so I think he's on as Lindsay. And I think today that has been a valuable lesson for me because he has been my friend for 23 long years. He has been my
wow.
friend, yes. And, I was not worrying, finding everything possible. Oh, I don't want this. We have. So sometimes we just need to, rather than stretching to the top, let's look right here. It's right there.
Yes. But you know what? It's all about the right timing. Everything is about timing because nothing happens before it's time. So that's basically the bottom line. So is there anything that you want to leave our audience with before we sign off?
Okay. If I want to, what do I want to say to them? Just ensure that you love yourself, because when you love yourself, then you'll be able to love others.
Perfectly said. So on that note, if there are no other questions, thank you, Gloria. I know you have your class. I appreciate you coming here. Oh, yes, the US is back on the same time with us. I appreciate every single one of you. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Joyanne. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, Karen Wells. Oh my gosh, we know so many. I have like about
Yeah.
10 Karens in my life.
And that's my
Alicia.
friend Karen. She's in Trinidad, Karen Wells.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Marlon Perry, I haven't seen you for a very long time. Camila, everybody, I should say, we really appreciate your time. Thank you. You could have been doing anything else on this beautiful Wednesday, but you choose to share it with us, and I definitely appreciate you. I just want to say, oh, guys, I want to give myself this quick plug. Paula D'Souza TV is on YouTube. So please go up there, hit the subscribe button, share. And at some point, this conversation is going to be there too. So go ahead and share this. We give you permission to share it with your friends, leave your comments, and either one of us will respond as we go along. So I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you, Karen. I really appreciate you. Thank you for having this conversation with me. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being authentic. And I appreciate you very much. And I look forward to whenever we get an opportunity to get together in person and I could hopefully bond with your girls because we don't know each other, and that's one thing that I wish. And I mean, it's only because we live in different countries. I believe that's why we're so distant in the physical. And so, thanks again. You guys remember to be good to yourself, remember to be kind to yourself, and remember love is what makes the world go around. So, on that note, have a wonderful rest of the night and a wonderful rest of the week. And remember to be safe at all times, okay? Love and light, blessings. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Talk to you soon. And I will talk to you later, Karen.
Okay, then.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.